Welcome again. Ask Beverly. I am so glad I started this show. I want to be a conduit for information. And so tonight I have three subjects: buyers and sellers and fair housing. So I was waiting for one of my children to come on so that way they could say, hey, let's talk about this because normally my daughter Leavia does that. So I am, yep, is correct. There it is. I had to find myself, and the information there is correct. So tonight, let's start with sellers. Sellers, you guys are having your way. And hey, this is your time. If you are experiencing cabin fever because of COVID and you really, really want to sell your home and go to the next level up, Haley Avia Patterson, real estate agent extraordinaire, and that's where she's going. Hello, dear. Hopefully your sister will get on. Also, if you have this cabin fever and you want to sell your home, this is the perfect time to sell your home. I'm telling you right now, the sellers are having their way. They are really. So you might as well get in on the action and come on. You can ask Beverly, you can call me, you can email me, you can text me, and I'm even sharing with you. Let me go to, where is it? The banner. I want you to be able to call me or go to my website. Did I not put that on there? Uh-oh. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, hey, Leavia, since you're there, can you put my website down there? A newzipcode.com. A newzipcode.com. You can go to this website, scroll down a little, and put in your address. I don't track your address. The only thing I track is if anybody comes to the website. Put your address there and see how much your house may be worth. I'm not saying this is accurate because most times that um, application will give you less than what your house is worth. So that means you would have to pick up the phone, call me, and let's discuss whether that was an accurate estimate that my website gave you. Because the houses and homes are appraising more than 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. So I'm trying to work this from my phone because I had computer issues. So I'm trying to look around and make sure I don't mess up anything because I'm doing this from my phone and normally I do it from my computer. So sellers, call me 301-257-7147. Let's see if I can get this right. I think I saw it showed someone had a comment. Oh, a newzipcode.com. Thank you, Lee Avia. I'm going to put it up there. A newzipcode.com. This is the website that you can go to. You can even search for homes at my website. And you can scroll down a little bit further down and you can put in your address, home seller. This is information for the home sellers. Put your address in there, put mama and them's home in there, and see about how much guesstimate of how much the home is really worth. Then you would call me so we could talk about it and see if that is truly the right price. Because, like I said, you sellers are getting exactly what you want. So that's all I really wanted to sell for buyers. And if you call me, say, Beverly, I want that special pricing that you have for sellers. I'll give you a special pricing if you call me. Just call me 301-257-7147. Okay, so we're going to talk about buyers. Buyers, you're going to have a great offer. You're going to have a good credit score. You're going to have some money or a great loan, the USDA loan, which is 100% financing for rural areas. There are some rural areas in the PG County area, especially down 301, and you can call me and I'll give you more of, I could give you the website, but takes you a little bit more time to get through that. But if you call me, we can check out some homes and see if they are in this area where you can get 100% financing. I am so excited about USDA loans. I did do one last year because it has to be in a certain area. But this loan is phenomenal. Interest rate 3.25, no money down. Last year I got a young lady in and she only paid $31. She got no, I'm sorry, she got back $31 at the settlement table. So I'm asking you to call Beverly, your real estate agent, your future real estate agent. Call me. And so tonight is not going to be really long unless Leavia had a question that she wanted to ask me, or that she wanted to ask for the people. How about ask a question for the people, Leavia? So, okay, so while you're thinking of a question, now remember, and welcome everybody, welcome. If you like this, share it. You can share it by tagging someone. You don't even have to put it on your page. Just tag them and invite others to come and learn. So we have been really hot and heavy about saving. How much money are you saving by sitting at home, not having to go into work, doing work from home? You guys should have a lot of money, a whole lot of money. You should have been saving that money that you've been saving from not spending money on gas, lunch at the restaurant near your job, eating out 3 or 4 times a week. You know what, Leavy, you are perfectly on time with that, because I was talking to a client before I got home, and we were talking about rentals, and she was glad to be getting out of her rental. And I found her a house Monday, and she'll be going to settlement in about a month. And she is a renter, going to be a homeowner in 30 days or so. So, but back to that saving bit. I'm not going to let you go on not talking about saving. Are you saving some money in the COVID? And by the way, I do feel everyone's pain in the loss of many that have passed from the COVID. I had COVID. It's not fun. Some people just get a cold, a sniffle, sneezing, but I got more than that. It was much more than that. I was sick, and I thank God that I am well. And I'm praying for everybody that I said I would pray for. I'm still yet praying for you. So back to real estate. So buyers, are you saving? This is not a buyer's market. That means everyone is throwing their house at you and they're saying, come, 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 buy my house. I'll give you everything. I remember back in the day when people were giving away cars to get rid of their home. So that is not the market. So I need you to save some money. I need to for you to think about, maybe your mother or father can give you a family loan, from mama to son or mama to daughter. They will accept that a gift. It's called a gift loan. And then you have your TSP people, you have your 401k people. You would have to check to see if you can take that money out. Many of them will allow you to take some money out because you're buying a home. So we're going to talk about this every week, because everybody's not going to come on every week. And I'm trying. My mission is to make sure that when you turn 70, when you're ready to retire, you have a home. You're not renting. We're all going to get old. Nobody wants to be, I know. That's why I don't say old. We're getting older. Just do it well. That you're not struggling. You're not trying to find a place to live. And that's my mission, I feel, for my life. So moving on. And like I said, this is going to be short and sweet. Also, if you want me to represent you, there's my information right there. If you don't want to talk to me, you can text me. Text me. I'll text back. So let's talk about what Leavia wants to talk about. Then I'll go on to the last subject. Okay. And Leavia's subject is explain why it is cheaper to buy than to rent. Okay. So Leavia, guess what? You're going to be the calculator. Okay. So I need you to get out a calculator on your phone or somewhere. And so what is the average rent you think for a 2-bedroom? What do you think the rent? It's not 1,000. Nope. What do you think the rent is? Let's go with 1,500. Let's go with 1,500 times 12 months. Let's do that one first. 1,500 times 12 months. Some of you guys could be at your mother or your father's home and be saving some money for your home. But many times we want to jump out and get an apartment, and we can't never save enough because we're paying a, a rent plus electric and gas many times. So 1,500 times 12, I think I know that by heart. That's 1,800. So imagine, I mean, 18,000. So imagine paying 18,000 for 5 years. Leavia, are you helping me? Or if Leavia is not helping me, somebody else jump in there and be the calculator, because I can't work all these controls and pull out the calculator. So I need your help. Volunteer. Tell me that you're out there. So we got 18,000 multiplied by 5 years. I can do that in my head. That's $70,000. I should be able to do that in my head because my major in college was mathematics. So $70,000. We've got to do better. We've got to do better. You better stay in your mother's, your cousins, your aunt, your grandmother's home and save that money. Because if you're just rushing out just to say, I have a place, and you have no money saved, do you know your next step will not be buying a house if you're spending all your money on rent? So we did $1,500. Possible 2-bedroom. I messed up, Leavia. I said 70. Are you sure? 18,000 times 5 years. Uh-oh. Better go back to school. Leavia says 90,000. Okay, so that means you really, okay, so let's do $2,000 a month. $2,000. I feel like my glasses are slipping. $2,000 a month times 12 times 5 years. $2,000 a month times 5 years. You got that for me, Leavia? 5 years. Staying in one place. Do you know that $2,000 now is just getting you possibly a 3-bedroom? $2,000 a month. Did Leavia answer me yet? So nowadays, you can get a property that you own for anywhere from $1,900 to $2,000 a month. Ownership. Leavia is probably running around trying to catch Levi. That's my grandbaby that is 12 months old. No, I'm sorry, 13 months old. Leavia, what are you telling me? $120,000? $120,000 for 5 years in a possible 2 or 3-bedroom home. $120,000. Oh my gosh. Okay, Leavia, let's do this. I know you got to run after Levi. Let's do one more. I'm trying to show the people, since you asked the question, and it was on my mind this evening, that's how much you're going to spend in 5 years. So let's double that. You stay there for 10 years, and the rent goes up, right? Let's say the rent goes up to 2,200. What's 2,200 times the next 5 years? And we're going to add it to that 120. We're trying to show you something here. You're not going to be too happy. You're not going to be too happy. 120 plus what Leavia is calculating. So this is off the cuff. I wasn't prepared to do the numbers for the rental, but you see how much money you're spending. Let me see if Leavia got it. She doesn't have it yet, but it's over $200,000 for a 10-year rental. Why are we doing this to ourselves? 200,000. So that's 132,000 plus 120,000 to be somewhere for 10 years. You see my eyebrows are up. You could have bought a home for cash. If you would put away $2,000 a month for 2 years, you would have almost $250,000. So what do you think, Leavia? Is it best to buy or to sit in a rental for 20 years, 30 years, and then you can't afford it at all? Is it a yay or a nay? So that's all I wanted to share. Leavia did put out one question. Are you going to be 60 years old and not have a place of your own? 70 years old and not have a place of your own? It's not too late. Don't be caught up in the senior citizen trying to find a home, and inexpensive home at that. That's all I'm saying. And that is my mission. I'm going to be in my place. I'm not going to maybe be in this place until I'm 80 years old. It's just I'm restarting because of unfortunate circumstances. We all have them sometime. Okay, and so the last thing I wanted to talk about, and I will be done. I thank you, everyone that came by and stopped by, even if it was for 30 seconds. So many benefits of ownership, and it's called yours. I like that one. It's called mine. I like that one too. The great benefit. So, one last thing I want to share with you, and I was watching this video, but I got home too late and I wanted to upload it about fair housing. You know, many of us probably have been discriminated against in fair housing, in housing, and we don't know it. Many don't know it. So I'm going to read this. We as real estate agents, we have to take a class called fair housing every 2 years. If you in this area, the agents should know, and they should not be helping owners or lenders to discriminate against you. So it says this: it is illegal to discriminate in the sale or rental of housing, including against individuals seeking a mortgage or housing assistance or in other housing related activities. The Fair Housing Act prohibits this discrimination because of race, color, national origin, religion, sex, familial status, and disability. Each state adds on their own additional that you cannot discriminate. But people are still doing it. They're still doing it. And you may not even know that you've been discriminated against. So I'm going back where it says the Fair Housing Act prohibits this discrimination because of race. There's people of black color, white color, Asians, Indians. Those are race. You cannot discriminate against a person because of color. So guess what? I'm in the black race. Some of you are in the black race. You cannot discriminate because one is light skinned and one is dark skinned, or you don't want them because they're darker. Indian people have lighter and darker people in their race. You can't say, "Oh, I don't want those darker skinned people in this community." You can't do that. You can't do it because you can't discriminate because of national origin. Oh, they're from Jamaica. Oh, they're from Colombia. They're from South America. Oh, you cannot do that. You can't say, oh, because of their national origin that you don't want to sell to them or to rent to them. We got religion. You can't say, oh, because I'm Baptist, I don't want that Catholic living here. Can't do that. Sex. You can't say, oh, because you're female, I don't want you here, or you're a man, I don't want you here. Familial status. This is the biggest one right here. Familial status. That means how the family is set up, whether it's a mother, a father, and a child, a mother and two children, a mother with a boy and a girl who's going to allow them to sleep in the same bedroom. You cannot discriminate against that. If that two-bedroom says it allows 4 people, That mother, that father, they can have those two children of opposite sex. You cannot discriminate based upon familial status because it could be the grandmother and the two children. You cannot say, I don't want to rent to those people who have children because they're going to be on top of me running across my head. You cannot do that. In the apartment community, you cannot do that. You cannot. But many discriminations go on because you don't realize it and because of disability. If a person who has a disability says, I want to live on the top floor, that's where they're going to live. That's where they want to rent. Many don't, but you can't tell a person because they're disabled where they're going to live and how they're going to live. They are protections for disability, the ADA, where a person can come and make changes to the apartment if they're renting that would favor them in getting around in the apartment as far as safety, getting in and out of the tub. They may need grab bars. You know, I'm not a senior citizen, but grab bars are safe for anybody. So um, that's what I wanted to share today because many people, I believe, do get discriminated against and they don't know it. They just don't. But you have to work with somebody like Beverly that's going to help you navigate through all the many different types of waters and journeyways of owning or renting in real estate. I do very little of rentals, but I am willing to help where I see there's a possibility of you renting. Now, you can discriminate. There are legal ways to discriminate, and that is in if you do not have the credit that they're looking for. If they say they want 650, they can use that number to discriminate, and it's legal. Bring your credit score up. If you don't have enough money to buy the house, you don't have the credit score to buy the house, you need a minimum 640. You can't say, oh, you discriminated against me on a loan because your credit score is 580. So there are ways and acceptable ways that we have to accept. I'm trying to make sure I word it right, that you can discriminate legally. And many landlords are doing it. They're saying, I want a certain credit score because they want to make sure that you are going to pay the rent. Is there anyone out there with a question? If you don't do the question tonight because you're not quite sure if, you know, your privacy in a public setting, because this is public, you can always call me 301-257-7147, and you can text me, you can email me. My information is there. If you call at midnight, I should be asleep. But thank you, Leavia, and anybody else that came out to look at the video that I'm doing tonight. I just wanted to keep it short, but I just want to be constant and consistent. And I'm always going to tell you that you need to save money. And even when you're in your home, save your money. You don't, when you get your new home, you do not have to fill it from the top to the bottom and break the bank. Okay? Call me, Beverly Goodwin. Ask Beverly, 301-257-7147. I'm finished at 8:25. Y'all take care, be blessed. Tag somebody and let them know about this broadcast that you've been watching, okay? Y'all take care. And I'm trying to end the button on my phone, which I normally don't work from. God bless. Happy house hunting with Beverly B. Goodwin.